No shit. Guys, what's going on? Welcome into the live stream. My name is Billy C, and today we're just going to be kind of going through the arbitrage tool over at OddsJam and kind of showing you guys how you can make risk-free money. It's really simple, really easy to use. If this is your first time here, welcome in. If you're new to OddsJam or you've heard about OddsJam and how people are able to make risk-free cash, I'm going to go through some live examples on this stream for about the next hour, showing you just exactly how we can make risk-free money, right? So it's when I first signed up with OddsJam 2 years ago. I started with their arbitrage plan. I started just betting with arbitraging because I heard you can make risk-free cash. I wasn't quite sure how. And so that's what I'm going to do today. I'm a part-time content creator with OddsJam. My full-time job, I work in treasury and finance. And I've been using OddsJam now for 2 years. I've made quite a bit of money, over $20,000. And so I'm not here just to sell you something or tell you something that I don't believe in. I use these tools every single day. They are incredible. And so I want to help you out and show you how you can make money betting on sports, because we are really starting into the best part of the gambling season. NFL is finally here. College football is here. We got NBA and hockey just on the horizon. So we're going to go through some live examples, going to go through the tools, and I'm going to show you exactly how we can do it. So let's hop into it. Hope you guys are, hope for any Jets fans out there, my heart goes out to you right now. I hope that Aaron Rodgers is going to be okay and just miss this game. But as a Steelers fan, I know your pain, except my quarterback didn't get hurt on the first series or second series of the game. My team just decided not to show up on Sunday. So let me go ahead, go on the arbitrage page right now. I want to know your thoughts, guys. Leave some comments. You have any kind of questions of what's kind of going on with the tool, how the tool works, or just you have questions about betting strategies, or feel free just to leave a comment, ask any questions in the chat. Yes. Yeah. So Bob, I am going to be making some bets, man. That's what we're going to be doing. Hit some arbs towards the end of the live stream, guys. I'm going to jump into the DFS platform to show you Prize Picks, Underdog, Fantasy, Parlay Play. Those platforms show you right now what, if you want to put some slips together, what's the most profitable ways right now to put the slips together. But so right here, we're on the arbitrage page, guys. First and foremost, I'm just going to kind of back it up. The reason that what this tool does, okay, is it looks at all the different sports books. Some sports books here I don't have accounts with, but I just want to show you maybe this sports book is in your area. Maybe you could sign up for it. This tool is just scanning all the different sports books, the thousands of different lines that you can bet on one sports book. And it's finding the highest discrepancies, the biggest discrepancies right now, right? That's all it is doing. So arbitraging is possible because all sports books set their lines independently of each other. It's just like if you drove around town to your local where you live to find a gas station, and all the gas stations are going to have the prices slightly different from each other because they all set their prices independently. They all want your business. Now, it's not a massive deal, but as you know, if you drive around town and you see all the gas stations have their gas priced at $3 a gallon, and then one gas station down the road has it priced at $2.50 a gallon, where are you going to get your gas? You're going to go down the road and get the value because there's value for your money. That's what we're doing here. So case in point, when we're arbitrage betting, guys, we want the highest percentage. The highest percentage here is going to give us the most bang for our buck. So this New Orleans Saints play is actually not real. The tool just hasn't updated the lines yet because I went over to Bet Rivers and you cannot find Saints -1.5 and -107. So we'll just go down here to this other play right here that this game's going to start in about 10 minutes. Padres, Dodgers. We're going to try to lock this in right now, this pitcher, right? So when we're arbitrage betting, guys, we're always going to be putting more money on the over and less money on the underdog, right? And so we're going to put more money on the favorite, less money on the underdog. We're finding discrepancies in the odds where we're going to be able to make in a risk-free profit. So right here, best line right here is over at Bet Online at -130, and we can get this at Bet Rivers on the under 3.5 strikeouts at 148. You always want to make sure that when you're placing arbitrage bets, guys, that you're placing bets that have a hook. Okay, 3.5, meaning the pitcher's either going to finish the game with 3 strikeouts or 4 strikeouts. There's a clear winner and a clear loser when we have this hook. So you always want to have a hook because we don't want any ties when we're placing arbitrage bets, right? So when you go over here to the calculator, okay, the best thing about this calculator is you can just type in how much you want to bet. So if we bet $25 on Bet Online, we're only going to bet $17.83 on Bet Rivers or Unibet. This is what our total staked is going to be. We're going to have a total investment because we're betting both sides. So we're going to have the winner and the loser. And we're going to bet $42.83. And no matter what happens, we're going to make back $44.23, which is $1.40 profit. Now, that might not seem like a lot, guys, because we're only betting $25. If we bet $100, we'd have a $171 investment. We'd make almost $6 in profit. So when you're arbitrage betting, there's a couple tips, key takeaways you're going to want to know right off the bat. A, you got to move fast. Okay. This line most likely is already gone because I've spent too much time talking, but this is just one example that I want to show you how it is possible, right? You want to make sure you move fast, and you want to make sure that you have both sports books that you're betting both sides pulled up at the same time. So either one's on your laptop and then one on the phone so that you're placing the bets at the same time. You do not want to place one side of the bet, then go walk away from the computer or from your phone, come back 5 minutes later and bet the other side. You got to do this at the same time. So the biggest risk when we are arbitrage betting is just making sure that we log into both sports books, we find the lines, we make sure it's correct, we type in the amount. Once we submit the bet, we just made risk-free cash. Okay. It's the exact opposite when we're making straight bets, straight wagering, right? We're just betting on the Bills money line tonight. All the stress and anxiety is when the game's going on, if they're going to win it. But with arbitrage betting, all the stress and anxiety is when we're trying to find the plays. These plays are not going to be here forever. This tool is constantly scanning and scraping, and the sports books are going to realize in probably less than 10, maybe even 5 minutes that, oh snap, BetOnline is going to realize we are misaligned with the rest of the market. Average odds are minus 157. We need to change our odds. Same with Bet Rivers and Unibet. They're going to realize, oh snap, we're misaligned with the market right here. So out of all the thousands of different bets that we can make, this tool is finding, I don't know, 18. There's only 18, right? So think of maybe 2, 5, 10,000 different things that you can bet on one sports book. And we're just finding 18 plays that have an edge. And in this case, when we're arbitrage betting, we really just want to be focusing on the plays that have over 1%. So if I go back to refresh, this play might be gone. Yeah. So I didn't even need to log in and check it out. But I'm just going to go through some examples. Right now, I don't have a Unibet account anymore, guys. I'm severely limited. So I don't have a Unibet account, but if you are looking to sign up with Unibet, they do offer some really nice opportunities. So case in point, even though this game is a week out, this soccer match, MLS match, this is risk-free profit here, 2.85%. In the case right here with Central Michigan and Notre Dame, Pinnacle, because I live in the United States, I'm out in Arizona. You can't be a U.S. citizen, U.S. resident, and have a sports book with Pinnacle. So this isn't actually an arbitrage play for me, but this would be a play that I would just want to make a straight wager, right? Because we would want to bet Central Michigan plus 20.5. Pinnacle sees this at minus 141. So if nothing else, right now, I'll lock into my bookie and I'll go ahead and place a $50 wager on this play right now, just to show you. So for some of the examples, guys, that I'm going to go through tonight, all right, I'm going to go after some low hanging fruit. You know, these are less than 1%. I'm not going to make a lot of money on these plays, but I want to show you that it is possible to arbitrage bet and that you can make money arbitraging. So I'll pull up my bookie right now, and then FanDuel, and we'll get this Colorado State game right here. See how, though, we're betting the half, 13.5. So this is perfect. We're going to get that clear winner and that clear loser. So let me go over to my bookie and I'll pull this up. So we're looking for Colorado minus 13.5. So let me share my screen here. All right. So over at my bookie, when we're arbitrage betting, guys, you want to make sure that we're finding these plays. We're moving quick. We're moving fast. So over here, I'm just going to do Control F, which is the best, and I'm just going to type in Colorado. And then just go to where it is. So here's the game right here. Typically with arbitrage betting, guys, this is the main line right here, the main spread, the main over-under. Most likely when we're arbitrage betting, these are going to be alternate lines, alternate over-unders, alternate spreads that we're going to be betting on when we're trying to take advantage of it. So right now I'm looking at, on my bookie, I'm looking at Colorado minus 13.5 at minus 274. So you're going to want to go to alternate lines, Colorado minus 13.5. And this changed. It's now at minus 280. So technically right now there is no edge because we would be betting the other side of FanDuel at plus 280. So this is literally this is nothing right now. So just in the few minutes that I'm talking to you guys, already this line has changed. So don't get frustrated if the opportunities change. The best part about arbitrage betting, guys, is that you can log in periodically over here at OddsGM. If you don't see any plays that you like or any high over 1% plays, that's okay. Come back 20 minutes later or an hour later and just constantly check it throughout the day. And if you can place 3, 5, 10 bets a day where you're constantly making $1 or more on each individual bet off an arbitrage profit, it's pretty easy to make $10, $15, $20 every day, $300, $500, $600 a month. It's not that difficult. You just got to stay consistent. So let me go back and we'll go back to the tool. Appreciate you guys coming into the live stream. We're just kind of going through the arbitrage page right now, guys. Hope you're having an awesome Monday. My name is Billy C, and we're hoping just to kind of find some risk-free profit plays, and I can hit some live bets for you. And then at the end here, I'll show you the DFS Fantasy Optimizer. And if you're looking to put together some, prize pick underdog fantasy slips, we'll go through and I'll show you what's most profitable. So we'll just go back and refresh. So case in point right here, this isn't a very profitable play, but this Washington-Michigan State game over at Bookmaker and Bet Rivers, there's an opportunity here. So let me go ahead and pull this up right now. So obviously over the calculator, this isn't going to give us a huge return, guys, but if I put $50 over at Bookmaker, I can bet about $45 over at Bet Rivers. Granted, I'm only going to make 40 cents in profit, but hopefully I can at least show you guys that it is possible to make risk-free cash, even if it is just cents. Also, guys, when we're arbitrage betting, you want to make sure that, you don't bet $45.03. You want to make it a nice, clean, even number. So 45, 44, 46. It's a dead giveaway to the sports books if you add the 3 cents at the end. It clearly shows them that you're arbitrage betting. We want to make it look like we're just a casual sports bettor and we're just betting this straight up. All right, so we're looking for Washington and Michigan State over under 57. So we'll first go over to Bookmaker and we'll find this play. Hope you guys had an awesome weekend. Strong start to your Monday. And watching a little Monday Night Football right now with the Jets and the Bills. Low-scoring game with Rodgers getting hurt right now. No bueno. No bueno for the Jets. Also, did any of you guys bet the I know DraftKings had a little promo going, the early win, 10 up to early 10 win. Did you guys bet any of that? Let me know in the comments below. Best thing here, guys, with Bet Rivers, you want to use the search bar right off the hop, okay? You want to make sure, type in Washington. We're looking for Washington. Double check, looking for Washington and Michigan State. And so obviously the main line here is 58.5. And we're looking for over under 57. Now this is one example where I just explained where you want to make sure you have a hook, right? The only thing here is that if the score does end at 57 exactly, we're not going to lose any money, but we're obviously not going to make any money. But for the sake of the we're going to go ahead and place this wager as long as we can get the odds. So I'm looking for under 57 for plus 112, which we find right here. And then I'm going to pull up Bookmaker here right now to make sure that I'm I can get it. So what I don't want to do right now is while I'm waiting for Bookmaker to log in there, I don't want to place this bet yet on Bet Rivers. Okay. I want to make sure I'm logged into both websites. I have both games pulled up and that the odds look exactly what I'm seeing at the tool. And then I'm just going to punch in both numbers and then boom, boom. But for the sake of this, I'm going to show you that I'm going to bet Rivers first, and then we're going to hop over to Bookmaker. I'm going to make this play. But right now, I'm just going over to Bookmaker to pull this game up right now, and then we can go from there. All right, Michigan State. And oh, this is even better. Okay, great. So the cool thing is sometimes Odds Jam, we're going to go ahead and place, I'm going to get this set up first. I found the play. We're actually not getting it at minus 110 over a Bookmaker. We're getting it at minus 108. So there is actually a little bit more of an arbitrage opportunity here. So let me find out what would be a good way to go. Okay. We're going to do $35 over at Bookmaker, and I need to do $32. So we're going to try to put this in for $32 right now. Oh. And we'll see if they take it. They don't. So one thing that I know with Bet Rivers, and this is the case, I am severely limited because I've made a lot of money off of Bet Rivers. So the most they'll let me place on this is $4.78, which is wild. So I'm still going to go ahead and make this bet for $4. It's just obviously going to change how I bet it over at Bookmaker, which is wild. One thing when you're arbitrage betting for this, I can sit here and maybe send this for approval to see if they'll take it. If they don't take it, though, I'm just going to basically bet $4.78. So we're going to go ahead and just for the sake of this, I will send it for an approval. This is, one of the things, this is a great example here when you're arbitrage betting, you want to make sure that if we would have bet the Bookmaker side first, I know Bookmaker will take my action. Here, the Bet Rivers, I wasn't sure, so I wanted to Bet Rivers first to find out. So if I go and send this whole thing for approval, we'll see if they take it. But just in the offhand, so we'll come back and we'll see here in a minute if it does. I'll show you though over at Bookmaker. We can get this right now at minus 108. So let me go ahead and share over at Bookmaker. So over at Bookmaker, we can see right here is when I pull my screen up on this Michigan State game. For some reason, OddsJam has odds slightly off with Bookmaker. So right here, this Michigan State game under 57 at minus 108. So when we go back over to the arbitrage page, you're going to see that they originally had this plugged in at minus 110. And Bookmaker's an offshore sportsbook, guys. I have roughly, I think like 8 offshore sportsbooks. The more sportsbooks you have, the more opportunities you have to make money. But as you can see, when we pull up the calculator originally, they had this at minus 110. So if we just change this to minus 108, there is way better chance to make money if we bet $50. This is almost 1%. But obviously we know the most I can put is like $4. So, I'm not going to make anything here, but let's see what Bet Rivers comes back and says. And they took it for $4 and looks like $4.79. Oh man, I'm killing it right now. So $4.79, and for the sake of this, I'm going to bet $5 over at Bookmaker. I should bet $5.27, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to put $5 on it. And in this case, we actually wouldn't. It's only 9 cents profit, but that's because Bet Rivers is severely limited on there. I knew I was limited on Bet Rivers. I haven't used the book in a while. I just didn't know that it was that bad. All right, so we're going to go over here to Bookmaker. We have the bet pulled up here. The nice thing about Bookmaker, this is really important, guys, is when I scroll to the top, you can see the maximum that they'll let me bet. So that's why I went ahead and use Bet Rivers first, because I know that I can get up to $1,000 bet on this play. So obviously, we're just going to bet $5, place bet, and they'll take that. So unfortunately, what an absolute dud for the start of our arbitraging tonight. But Bet Rivers, that's the unfortunate part sometimes, is once you are a profitable sports bettor with them, You know, they will limit you, and in my case, severely limit me, but that's all right, guys. There's so many different sports books out there you can make money with. It's not a problem. So we're going to go to the bet tracker here. I'm going to pull this up. If there's nothing that you take from this, guys, today, if you're not interested in arbitrage betting, the one thing I can't stress enough is if you are going to be betting this year, you got to come over to OddsJam and use their bet tracker. It's 100% free. It's incredible. It really it tracks all your bets for you. It tracks if you're beating the closing line value over at Vegas. It has a ton of charts and a ton of graphs after you're done to show you if you're good or not, like how well you've been doing. So really stress that you guys go ahead and use it. It's fantastic. We're going to try to go ahead right now and get this Eagles Vikings first quarter money line play over at DraftKings and at Hard Rock. One thing to note, guys, is if let's say you don't have a DraftKings account, okay, but you see Hard Rock here, like you want to make sure that the odds you're getting on the underdog need to be better than minus 190, meaning plus 191, plus 192, plus 193. That will create an arbitrage opportunity. So if you don't have DraftKings, what I'd always recommend, guys, is just going in here to the calculator and then typing in, well, maybe I'm only getting this at, plus 192. And then, okay, well, then you would know if there's a profitable opportunity. But if you're only getting this at, let's say, 1 plus 185, you can see here, this is not an arbitrage play then. It's a negative opportunity. So the calculator is great because it really just helps you to tell you what's going on. So this isn't that crazy of a play in terms of, arbitraging. Again, it's less than 1%, but we can make some money doing this. So if I go ahead and try to place $50 over at Hard Rock, I would round this up to the 26 cents or $26, excuse me, and I would just forfeit the 13 cents. It's not that big of a deal. So we're going to go over here to DraftKings. Hard Rock does not have a desktop website, so it would just be me going over and using it on my phone. So let me go ahead and share with you guys. We're going to put $26 over at DraftKings. I'll show you where we find this, and then we'll go ahead and lock this in a Hard Rock at the same time. All right, let's go here. Let's go ahead and share. Hey, Gilbert, what's going on, man? Appreciate you joining the stream. Hope you're having an awesome Monday, dude. So we're looking for first quarter money line. So over here at DraftKings, you want to go down to quarters. And then we're looking for first quarter money line. We're looking for the Vikings at plus 195. All right, so that line's up there. So for this play, let me go over to Hard Rock on my phone. And we're going to try to put down $25. Okay, which they should take that action there because it's so small. And then I'm just going to go over my, if you guys have Hard Rock, excellent book. You go over to first quarter. I go to first quarter winner, and they got the Eagles at minus 190. So I'm going to put $50. I'm going to double check my calculator here. $50, and I'm going to put $26 on this play. So I actually have that typed in wrong. So 26. And then I'm going to go ahead, place bet here, and I'm going to place bet on my phone. And there it is. Okay. So I locked in the $26 bet there. If I'd show on my phone, tough to see there, guys. It's terrible live streaming, but I placed the $50 wager there on Eagles first quarter money line. So no matter what happens now, small as it may be, we did lock in a risk-free profit of around 40 cents, 45 cents if the bet hits on Hard Rock, and it'll be so it'll be 32 cents if it hits over at DraftKings. And obviously, guys, that's not a ton of money, but I just want to show you that it is possible. So if this had a higher percentage, we would have made a lot more money. If I would have put down even more money on this play, we could have got away with making even a higher profit. So again, we're just going to add this to the bet tracker. The difference is I'll change this to $26. So our total investment is $76, and we're going to make $76 and change no matter what side hits, right? So the best part, guys, I mean, this arbitrage tool right now, maybe not a ton is going on. I do love, though, that, like I said, this play over here at my bookie. So I'm going to go over to my bookie right now because I like this play a lot. The reason why is because Pinnacle's saying it should be a much heavier favorite than what it is. And so I'm going to go ahead and lock this in right now and grab a risk-free, or not risk-free profit, but just go ahead and make a straight wager right now. So I'm going to go over to my bookie, pull this up, and then if it's there, I'll show you when I place this wager. Feel free, if you have XBet or my bookie, these are both offshore sports books, guys, to tail and make this play yourself. All right, so let me go ahead and pull up my bookie here for you. My bookie and XBet are two sports books that operate off the same odds maker. So basically what I do is I've been using XBet for probably 6 months now. And I am now starting to get limited with some plays on that book. So I saved my bookie until I knew I was getting limited on XBet. Now I made an account with my bookie because they run off the same odds maker, and I can still take advantage then of placing even more money down because I have a brand new account now with my bookie. So over here, we're just going to go to college football odds. I'm looking for the Notre Dame Central Michigan game. So I'm just going to Control F, just type in Notre Dame. There it is. And then we're going to go to alternate lines. And I'm looking for Central Michigan plus first half point spread. So we're actually going to want to go to halves. And it's right here, plus 20.5 at minus 110. And I'm just going to throw, we got to click down here to bring it up, and I'm just going to throw $50 on this. So this is another way that I use the arbitrage tool. And the reason why is we got that bet in right there. I'll go back to the arbitrage page. This is how I like to use it at times. So the reason is because on the positive expected value tool, guys, there has to be a certain criteria met. And what I mean by that is there has to be X amount of sports books that post their odds for a certain game. So right now, technically only 3 sports books have their odds posted, right? MyBookie, XBet, and Pinnacle. So this wouldn't make the cut in terms of making it onto the positive EV page. But this play has a lot of edge. There's value here. So you'll find these plays sometimes over at the arbitrage page, and that's what I love to do. And, you know, guys, when it comes to betting college football and NFL football, the beginning of the week is when you're going to want to make your bets, okay? Because lines are just getting thrown out there right now for this upcoming weekend's games, and there's a lot of value that can be had. Other than early in the week, you're going to, or you can wait until right on game day, right before kickoff, you can find value as well. But typically, if you wait until Friday, a lot of the value is going to be scooped up. This line, these odds, you know, we might be able to get Central Michigan 3 days from now, plus 20.5, but it might be at minus 130 or maybe minus 120. We might not be able to get this at minus 110. Check back in a couple of days. So you want to go out and grab that value now. It seems kind of odd, right, to be making a wager for a game that doesn't happen 6 days down the road. But in terms of football, you're going to want to get those bets in early in the week. Right now is a great time. Tomorrow, lines are going to open up for the NFL. There's going to be a ton of value. That's when the sharp bettors are going out there and getting their plays. So as we click the refresh button over here at the arbitrage page, if I don't see anything right now, nothing too crazy here, I can make this play on Terrence Ross over at BetDSI and then either Golden Nugget or DraftKings. We can do that. Let me see here. If I place a $50 wager, I can place a $9 wager over at BetDSI. Maybe if I make a $75 wager. Obviously, I'm making 21 cents here. It's not that much, but I would love to be able to show you guys. Yeah, there we go. If I make a $60 bet here, I'll make $11 and still make a couple cents, just to give you guys some different examples. So we're going to go ahead and pull up this. This is a UFC match that's going to be for next Saturday. So this is Terrence Mitchell. So we'll go over to DraftKings. Let me share my screen. For anybody just joining the live stream right now, welcome in, guys. My name is Billy C. We're just hitting some arbs right now, just showing you how the arbitrage tool works over at OddsJam and how we can make some risk-free cash. So we go here, and then we got to go down. It's a little different. We got to go down to sports, and we're going to go down to it's either going to be MMA or UFC. It's on the MMA right here, and it's going to be, it might be the Contender Series. So September 16th. And then I'm just going to type in Mitchell. There he is. And we're looking to bet him money line at minus 540 right here. So we're looking for Raul at minus 540. So we got that there. And then I'm going to go over to BetDSI right now, and I'm going to pull this up as well. So let me get that site pulled up for you guys, and I'll show you what it looks like. Over at BetDSI, we're looking for Mitchell at plus 550. All right, so over at BetDSI, we're just going to scroll down here to UFC. On this left-hand side, we're going to click this. And we're looking for Mitchell at plus 550 right here. All right, so we know the odds are good. I'm going to bet $11 on this side. And then over at DraftKings, I'm going to bet $60 on this side. All right, so first up, we're going to bet this, $11 on Mitchell. There we go. That takes place, so we're good there. And then we're going to go all over to DraftKings, and hopefully the value hasn't changed. The odds haven't changed. Obviously, we're not making it's not a massive bet. And still got this at minus 540, and we're going to play $60 on this. They should take it because it's a massive favorite. And they got to check my location. Oh, that's awesome. Love seeing this. I've already downloaded the plugin, but I've downloaded the plugin. Obviously, we just made a bet with DraftKings about 5 minutes ago, but this sometimes happens. So that's another reason, guys, why you want to move quickly. Obviously, in this example, you know, if I don't get this bet in, it's not the end of the world. I have $11 that's at stake. I'll be fine. And hopefully the odds don't change and we can get this in. Sometimes if this was the case, location's confirmed. Thank you. Appreciate it. I would just go on the app then on my phone sometimes. But, you know, for the example. So let's see if I go back to this now. Francisco, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you downloading the app, stopping by. Yeah, I'm going to show you this. Probably after this ARB here, guys, we're going to go over to the DFS plays. We're going to check this out. Let's see. We want Raul at minus 540. There we go. $60. Yep. Okay. And after all that hoopla, we got the bet in for $60. So there we go. So now when we go back to the arbitrage page, I'm obviously just going to throw this in over on the tool on the bet tracker. I mean, guys, this is all you need to do. I mean, the arbitrage page, the best part is whenever you have time, whether you know, we all work, we all have lives going on, things going on, families, kids, you have time a couple times a day just to check the page right here. So we're going to add this to the bet tracker. I like this because I changed this value because I know, all right, I can forfeit 6 cents in case the Mitchell on the BetDSI book hits, right? But whenever you have time, you just come over here, you kind of check out what's going on. And, right now there's not much going on, right? We can't make this play. I bet this on the straight, but we can't make an arbitrage play here. And if there's anything that's 1% and over, you're going to want to attack it. Otherwise, I'm just making these bets just to show you examples of how you can make it, but we're not making a ton of money, right? We're not making a lot off this play. When I bet for $60 here, we're making 17 cents. If the one on BetDSI hits, we're making 11 cents. But if this was, let's say, at plus 600, then this is a 1.34% ARB. We made even more money, right? You bet $60 here. If this was plus 800, betting $60, putting $8 down, we're making $3, and change, risk-free profit. So that's why anything that's really above 1%, you're going to want to go after. But you don't have to bet 100. The more money you can bet, obviously, the more you can make. But it's okay if you can't. Bet what you can, but you can make $5, $10 every day, placing 5, 10 bets a day, right? It's not too hard. Things aren't going on right now. That's okay. We'll come back later and check it out. right? We just, as we're talking, this play isn't quite worth it, but Lions, Seahawks, we could do this. So I'm going to pause here. We're going to go over to the Fantasy Optimizer, and I'm just going to go through. Guys, leave some, let me know in the chat if you guys want to see a certain book we can talk about, whether it's Prize Picks or Underdog Fantasy. But let me show you what's going on right now. Remember, over at the Fantasy Optimizer, this is $50 a month, okay? Use my promo code Billy20. It'll save you 20% off any plan that you use at OddsJam for as long as you use it. So that means you're going to save $10 a month. This is going to cost you $40 a month, and you're going to get, there's constantly plays going on, especially now that esports is going on and we have football. It's always going on. So we don't really overthink this too much, guys, when it comes to the DFS plays. Whatever type of slip that you want to put together, 2-pick, 3-pick, 4-pick, 5-pick, doesn't matter. All the odds are implied here, right? So the best odds are the 5-pick and 6-pick plays, okay? But if all you wanted to do was play a 3-pick power play at -140, you can see that there aren't then any plays that are available right now, because we want to have all these odds right now are -133, -132. We need to have odds. We need to have each individual play have odds that are better than -140. So -142, -145, -150. But if you're playing, let's say, I don't know, a 4-pick power play at -128, well, then we have some different options, because all of these odds in green are better than -128. So they're a heavier favorite. If the plays are in green, guys, we want to add them to our slip. I don't add anything in yellow. I just don't play them. I don't feel like I need to. But the most optimal plays are the 5-pick and 6-pick plays, because they give you the best odds, the most mathematical edge, right? So right now, a lot of CSGO plays are going on right now that are really good. Kirk Cousins for the Thursday night game, his under on his passing yards, really good value right here. Now, if we're going to go over to Underdog Fantasy, same thing. You're usually going to see Underdog Fantasy and Prize Picks have their lines slightly different, right? And this is a big deal. This is kind of called middle betting. So right here on the CSGO player, we're looking at 5-man insured plays at -120. I love doing the 3-man non-insured plays. So that means we're just doing all 3 picks have to hit, right? So you're going to see this a lot, especially in esports. There's a lot of middle betting opportunities. And what I mean by that is this guy right here for his first 2 maps headshots, Underdog has his line at 21. So we would want to bet the under, but you could see Prize Picks has it at 18.5. So we would want to bet the over on Prize Picks, meaning that if he lands at 19 or 20, we're going to hit on both slips for both Underdog and Prize Picks. And if he hits at 21, we would push on Underdog, but we would hit on Prize Picks. So there's a lot of great opportunities, usually with e-gaming, because there's a lot of middle betting opportunities. Same thing here on the next guy, Cypher. We bet the over for 16 kills on Underdog. We would bet the under on Prize Picks. And if it lands at 16, we push, but 17 or 18, we would hit on both DFS sites. So this is something that you really want to take a look at. You'll see this a lot with the NFL, right? Kirk Cousins, same thing. Let me see if we have any NCAA. Sometimes you'll see the rushing yards be a really big discrepancy. And that's usually when lines first open up. You're going to see a lot of opportunities. So I really don't overthink it, guys. If the play's in green, I add it to my slip. The other thing that I'll mention is typically for each individual player, or, for example, this esports gamer, I'm only going to have him on 2 different slips, 2 different entries on Underdog. I do not want to have too much exposure to this person, right? Because if he doesn't hit and I have him attached to 5 different slips, well, then they all lose. Vice versa, obviously, if he hits, they all hit, but I only like to usually keep him on 2 slips, and then I keep it moving and I add other players to it. So you can see right here, when it comes to 3-pick plays, guys, there are a ton of opportunities here. So, and because these guys are playing tomorrow at 4:30 in the morning, usually in the evening, late at night tonight, you can really see a lot of value. So we have so many different DFS platforms over here at OddsJam, guys. Vivid Picks, Thrive Fantasy, Jock Market, Sleeper, whatever you guys have. Some states, this is great for maybe if you're in California and you really don't have any opportunities to bet with, the American sports books. DFS platforms are all the rage right now. also with offshore sports books as well. So I like to go here, and then same thing. I'm just constantly checking. If you have hot streak, there's really nothing here. There's no reason to put these plays in red. They just don't have a mathematical edge. Could they hit? Sure, they could hit. Any of these can hit. But time over time over time, the sports books are really sharp, guys, and you want to make sure you constantly have an edge. That's how you're going to be a long-term profitable sports bettor. So other thing I want to leave in the chat here, guys, if you have any questions at all after this live stream, reach out to me on Twitter or AKA X. Ask me any questions. Shoot me a DM. Feel free, whatever it is, betting strategy. Maybe you're thinking about signing up for OddsJam and you want to know what sports books you want to take advantage of. Doesn't cost a dime, guys. This is what I'm here to do. I'm more than happy to help you out. So feel free to reach out to me. All right, we're going to head back over to the arbitrage page and see if we have any other plays popping. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't, guys. It just depends on the day and kind of what's going on. And so one thing that I want to mention as well on the filters here, I want to make sure I clear this date range out because we'll make it for the next 7 days. That's the only thing I have really on the filters. I have nothing else, but the date range will be the next 7 days. Then we'll click refresh again. And at the moment, not a ton going on right now. Another great sports book, guys, I will mention is Fliff. It's one of the few sports books that you can be 18 years or older, and you can bet with Fliff, which is awesome. They should be available in a large amount of the states here in the USA. So big fan of Fliff. They have a ton of different opportunities, and you only have to be 18 in order to bet. So I love them. They're excellent. But right now, guys, not a lot going on. A little bit here with this Buffalo Liberty play, but after seeing that I can only put $4 down on a play, I'm going to be shying away from Bet Rivers a little bit right now because when you're only putting $3, $4, $5 down, you can't even make 3 or 5 cents. It's just so small. But that's kind of what's going on right now, guys. Feel free to ask any questions, but otherwise, I'll peruse this a little bit more. And if we can't find anything else, then I'll end the stream for tonight. We hit a couple earlier, obviously on this UFC match right here, and then also on this college football game. But you're going to see, though, with college football, guys, there's just going to be a lot of alternate lines, over-unders, and spreads that you're going to be able to make money off of and place some bets. And then, or in the case here, this Saints play, if you can find this over at Unibet or Bet Rivers at -1.5, like this is incredible value right now. All the other sports books have this price at -156, -160. You can get this at -107, which is an incredible value, especially for an NFL line. So I highly recommend that if any sports book that you have that you can get this, under -125, bet it for sure. It's incredible value. All right, guys. Let me hit the refresh button one more time here, but doesn't look like we just have a lot of opportunities popping up. I would bet this here. I don't have a Unibet account anymore, but opportunity here with an MLS player prop with Fliff and Unibet. This is over 1%. This is great. So again, with the 1% plays, just to give you an example, the heavy favorites on Unibet. So if you bet $50, you're staking a total of $74.19 to get paid out $75 no matter what. So obviously, if you can put a little more on this, like $100, you're going to get paid out $150 no matter what here. Might sacrifice the 39 cents, just bet $48, and you're going to make either $1.61 or sacrifice 39 cents. You're going to make over $1 on this play. So that's why we love to go with higher than 1%, because if we can find plays that have higher than 1% edge, we can make a ton of money, right? If this was a true ARB that we could do here over at Pinnacle, this is like 5%. On the Saints play, you're putting $100 down. You're putting $82 down on Pinnacle. You're getting paid out $11.50 on one bet, right? If you don't want to put down $100, just $25, you're making $287. But obviously, the more money you can put down, the more money you can make. And so right there, case in point, if you're able to find this bet right here, that's your one bet for the day. If your goal is just to make $10 a day, you did that in one bet. See you later. Or sometimes maybe you have a whole lot of bets that you can find for Monday and then you log on Tuesday, you can only get 2 bets down. There's not a lot going on, but over Monday and Tuesday, you got a guaranteed of maybe $50 on Monday, $5 on Tuesday, but you're up. So this is what's best about the arbitrage tool, guys. It's how I got started and my feet wet here at OddsJam 2 years ago. And as you can see, when you hit the refresh button, or if you just hit the play button, it'll constantly then just show you and pop in the brand new lines that are opening up here. So the other thing that you can look out here is, like, I don't have a Unibet account. And if there was, see right here, as we said, boom, we see some new opportunities. But if I could find this play on a different sports book at, say, maybe minus 135, then there's still an arbitrage opportunity that's out there for us. So let me hit pause right here. So what I mean by that is, if I don't have a Unibet account, but I had another sports book where I could bet the under on the goals right here, and let's say instead of it being minus 129, it was minus 135. Obviously, it won't be as good of an arb, but there's still an arbitrage opportunity there of 1.74%. So just let it be known. One of the reasons why Unibet is such a great sports book to have is because they are one of the few sports books, like you see right here, that you can bet the under on MLS player prop goals. Very few sports books are taking this action on the under, right? Because it's a heavier favorite for him. So this is something that's really good if you can access Unibet. I would highly recommend it, because as you can see on my screen, Unibet is popping up everywhere. So not all the sports books will take the under on goals. They will just say, hey, can he score a goal? Unibet's one of the few books that do this. It's the same with Flip. Flip will do this quite a bit too. So guys, pretty much PodShare, as far as like the website that's called, man, this is oddsjam.com. So if you just come up here to OddsJam, type in oddsjam.com, man. We're over on the arbitrage betting. If you're interested, there's a 1-week free trial. Doesn't cost you a dime. Highly recommend it. You can cancel after 7 days, and you're not going to get charged anything. And your guys are going to get an opportunity to sign up and test the waters out. The other great thing about Unibet, as you can see right here, esports gaming. Very, very few sports books are offering lines on esports gaming. It's a new arena, a new market. I'm not saying that Pinnacle might be the sharpest in the world here, but this is pretty insane, right? That you can find this at minus 433, and we can get this at minus 112. So they are one of the few books that actually have lines. I'm not saying that you can arbitrage this play. You really can't, because no other sports books are taking it. But if you wanted just a straight wager, some of these plays, there's some serious value that can be had, right? Let's see what we have here. So this Dodger-Padres game, and yeah, right here, the odds just changed. So it was going to be minus 125 at Barstool, but you can see now it's at minus 145. And so, because we need something that's below, we need minus 129, minus 128 in order to have an arbitrage opportunity, because we're betting the Dodgers at plus 130. So there's no more value anymore, because if we get this at minus 140, and we're still getting this at plus 130, I bet $100, you can see this is a negative opportunity, right? So if we can get this at minus 129, it's a small, profitable ARB, right? If we can get this at minus 115, it's an even better ARB. So sometimes, guys, you got to move quickly when we're arbitrage betting. It's easy to get frustrated, but don't, because there's just constant opportunities that will be popping up all the time. So anyways, guys, I'm going to be back on later this week, going through the same thing, answering any questions, guys, and going through some ARBs. Hopefully we have some more opportunities to bet on. But I just wanted to kind of show you how simple and easy it is. Obviously, right now it's just a bad time, but earlier today it could be even better, or tomorrow it could be some awesome opportunities. So I really appreciate you guys stopping by. Again, reach out to me on Twitter if you have any questions at all. And if nothing else, guys, you have a wonderful evening, and we'll catch you in the next stream.